Sika educate, yeah, what Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika educate, yeah, Casafa, Abum, our real Punto. Sika educate, or don't come up, Rana, yeah, who are true. Sika educate, Unyani, baby, Sika educate. Ain't like a page, you know, I am vibe. But more than YouTube, subscribe it. Sika educate is the name. All our man source and the campo. Inspiration, motivation. Wapomodern education. Wafranada, when it's here, or don't come or Ekusika deba. Wafranada, Bema, Jai, or don't come or Ekusika deba. Sika educate, yeah, what Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika educate, yeah, Casafa, Abum, our real Punto. Sika educate, or don't come up, Rana, yeah, who are true. Sika educate.
Abusianfo obia ho te sen. I hope say nyame adom obia ho ye. Good afternoon. Michiechi abusianfo nyina. I hope you guys are all doing well. I kuyesika nyame nie. Enefie ya weekend ya end ya nyina ye ba betiji ani na ya chile da mo amu kofi amapon fi adwuma wadru fie. Ya num so ene ye sanda ho. Ye nyina nso ye ho pepepe. Aha. Na ewie nkomo bi na na mpese nke edu ne kakra bi. Aha. Amenhye. Menfrefre busuafo ni nyina mra na omoma me join nkomo na ye ni nkomo no ye mfa nkomo ne nhyehye so. I hope so obia ho ye. Hey sis, bra, wa baby am patcho mami hu nipa we ye why na menchia wo ye. Respect. Good afternoon. How are you doing? I hope say nyame adom. Ye. Nti mo amoma afidie so den. Ye frem ye kuyesika. Sika Antonio midin no. Aha. Na ene. I have some delicious thing that I want us to think about. Abra ye ko weekend mu. Ye man titiri no. Ye de be kokwa adwendwen mu ni adwen ho. Sister Matilda nie. Sister Matilda today. Good evening. Maybe good afternoon. Sister Matilda, how are you? I hope so here. Enti abusia. Men come ni etie. Ya kasa obi a African woman a dear pan etie ye pa kire me meti hoi. Netes ye nyina ye tuntum for. Hey, asem when na Sister Matilda o kan say ye. Riabo sa no na glowing nso aba na chese the juice plus no nso awo no ho. Aha, eno ntira makeup crabin ka ho Sister Matilda he. Aha, nti juice plus ne onyame adom ne ewia na ebo no. Na my fine guest ano. I will tag you Dodo my darling. I will tag you too many. Me tag you pa mo abetie enkomo ibi. Enti da me dream abrabo ho. Ese as a bibrim ni ba African woman no. E de be ne niema ma ni je ho as an African woman. What am I excited about? What am I proud of? Me dream ho akodru baby no. I am proud of your culture no fa bebre. Say my chere and say ye share your ho so. Ye my ho ye fe. Ye sie fie. You know all those things. Your beautiful, vibrant colors near me where your culture mu, your festivals near the ade, send ye sibe penny pafa, your church is adi many dear no. I'm super proud of that. At a dear ba kope, me dream no ho. E ma me re hu ye, and no ne me pesi e di hu komo. And to me, it is part of the reason why a man bebre na yabuba swan and saying no. Ye huhu niema ye huhu ni social media ni internet ni so bebre sa ya wo baba totofifi baby near the oba asasi so as an African child na asemba ko aye nananom ya maame mo e ka kirew e de hye utrim from infancy ni say wo ye oba enti oba na wo ye no wo so mfaso ani say wo beware time bia ukunu beka se bie toto ni mani bia se ubie and the asenia ubi exercise book no na wobɛhwɛ fie saa nneɛma mmiɛnsa we marriage bie toto na hwɛ fie nneɛma mmiɛnsa we ne mfasode a wo a woyɛ bibrim ba wonyame abɔ sɛ ne sɛsoɔ no frɛ wo sɛ woyɛ no mfaso a anaasɛ value a yɛde ato so no ɛno no na nenti ama merɛ ho ɛsɛ metete saa nsɛnsɛm ne bi ne sɛ nkasa adeɛ no nko adeɛ nkenhyɛ da nyɛ problem because we oba sima saa nneɛma yi a yɛka nyinaa yɛnim sɛ ɛbɛduru mmerɛ bi so a we oba who was nurturing maternal instincts ne nko adeɛ those things are part of a nneɛma ma yɛyɛ but that is not the only value and worth a ɛda ma yɛnyɛ ma no ɛda yɛ so ɛno nti no medwen ho akɔ me maame me nana mo abrɛ so na me de toto me die yi ho a there's a huge difference in opportunities a me mekuya me nyaaye compared to me maame ene me nana no mo abrɛ so enti me hye ase afiri me nana mo abrɛ so me papa maame me maame de maame to no ntimi ntwa ntoro but me papa maame de me ni yaga ni me nya mfie nsia me call back to Ghana no and de me hia no ntimi hu no and I knew her till about 9 years ago we call ne krechi. So I've had the opportunity to spend quality time with Mami we. Ye nyini nso no ne betena ye mfinhia bebre. Sister Jordan yo, I miss you darling. Mwah. Ai. Sister Josephine, that is saying when I'm in shout, thank you for being here. Enti asɛm a brewe ka kire me ne sɛ wo no wo si so no ye o mu ma be sɛ nan ananse num ho baabi mmarima ne de me sɛ na omo ye be sɛ du nti ma nan mmarima du ne ewu mu na back in that time it can 1920s asɛm ye se ma de wo mo so mfaso ane so wo mo be wo na omo aso mo kununum na omo awo nkwala na omo ahwɛ fie nti no school ne yama na nsi dem ho one day kura sika bia ye nyaaye no ye di pia mema ne mom hye school mu nti omunya accountant wom omunya teacher ni wom mema ne nyina timi benya adwuma titiri yoy but me nana de ye si den so mfasodi ane se obe hye ne ho so na watena ho na be ma bi ahye na nyonyama be wa no nti na ade a no ne ema ode ba asasi so na ne nyina no nti ebedu baabi a odu ne mpani fie so no o started so odi dwan kakra koto ebro no abeyam no akoton ne dwom tena nkran fihia bebre edidi mu a odi mfie be se aduonu mienu ho baabi no na finally onya akunu eware ne ede ne be koy Mrs Antonio ene ebe man so ne ede ne koy no no ankasa nso koy no okoko wo ma nwotwe esanse na meka no ye de ahye ne tirim se ne somfa sodie wa asase so nyina ne se ba totoni ma okunu at will tem bia he sa wo ho beba sa wo ho ma biem na dwuma ba kono no adwuma number 2 wo be no aduane wo be siesie fie wo be make sure se tem bia okunu be ka so opa aduane bia aduane ay ready number 3 wo be hwe wo ma nti ne somfa so a asase so wo be ye nyina da eno no enti obe ware ye wawo ne ma enwotwe awie na ware eniti ani amwa no saa time no mo amunim se na nanu meme no mo ntena oba ba ko ho saa enti ma ne bi nso ba bekeka ho mo nso wo mo ne ebeka ho na wa wo hwe abusia polygamous home a maamefo mienu miensa ba no mo nyina nso de ye ma begumu a esewani ensa o ka kire but na me nana no nko no na nko ye wedded wife a ye de na betena fie se yire and a side chick fo ni nyina nso bekeka ho eti eno ne de no na ade a na ye marre ho wo na brabo ho nyina ne se at her age of 89 that was her undocumented age but utie time a efia no ase wanya wo ware ye na asese anka me na 91 pa na wonya ya wo ye so just imagine say 91 years of me na life no ne fasudie ye miensa ba totom ma kunu ne on demand wo ma hwe wo ma na siesie fie no aduane ma okunu chese somu kunu for 91 years of mami we abrabo no na ne so mfasodi a ewo ho wa asase so enyina no eno no na me be share no in her late 50s early 60s no a me ya bofra ye de me call Ghana me koko share no for the first time all the way up into my 30s no na me nim say me na koko school anko betimi e the George because abrewa no wo kire na de once won kire the second time wo behunu enwoma no onim nyina echi o try so obeka brofo even though say brofo ni a broken English but still wo ka asem no na eto ni tiri mu a next time wo bisa no a onu so benya biaka enso ye waste mami life photo kung fu di aye di ni nyina menya sure say no ho kra bada but ne somo a wosom ya ne die ne mfaso die nyina ne say betena ho na be som mukunu and I mean nane wadi enya ne ba bi kro nti me call ya na me san call mechi ekohwe me nana me maame mu nso era no 50s 40s ho nso so no se ne na ho nso so no net it was not very different uhwemu a me maame mu no omo ye very lucky so omo papa enam so omo papa ko school no timi hu mfasodi e wo school mu na ne ma no dodo na aye ma ne nti no ono ma na ni breye se obama ne mama no so akọ school ni bi na omo nso atimi anyini aye bibi atimi ahwo omo ankasa omo ho etimi maame mu de ohwemu a eye lock ne ba omo ye lucky because me maame mu age mate bebre no nya sa na na asem ne tie me maame abreso no de omunya ola boarding ko me na me maame so ko la secondary school nya secondary school kwa koye e be di people teacher be di yi your friend say graduate teacher kira ade wo St. Louis mfie bebre Mauli secondary me maame kira ade wo ho ebe sin ko be bi e ko wo me wa bro na chi ko ye adwuma wo bank ne ho kro ne ba bebre sister Catherine ni sister Aisha mi chieti abusiafo nyina hope say mo ho ye me kan de asi asem so say me maame muti ye kakra esen me nana mo abreso 20s fo no any 50s fo no na big difference abem ye free 50s mu 70s 80s aye mu bi nso ye be join ko no yen ya abreso de na afa ye se enibie kakra ba nti yen ya abreso de me say 2000 class of a friend is tech for civil engineers ni aye ma 12 and mema 90 something and ma 12 enti wo hra enkoso aba mpuntu aba math mi ya maths ni science ni ade nyina good e ma ko school but one thing every many two generations ya me kan nyina ne say e free totofifi no ye de ahye utrim say oba wonso mfasodie eye miensa die toto miendi wo ma sumukunu 3 things bibi biara kasa niam miensa hu abesi sa abreso nyina no eye jara but me hwa me ho any baby amawofo enam adesua ne niam bi nti omu free Ghana kokodua ye ema me nya different exposure no eya na eye marehu pise even in 2021 yetimi anya development ne ne yenya wasasi so nyina no ema gusu o Ghana they believe say the only 3 things that they are good enough for be toto miendiu woma na hwefie se kra de e ba ba yese hwefie na wo ma no kra na hu se dan hia papa se be toto no na me koi kodwin ho abisa me ho say but why is this the case? What is it that makes we women feel say ye so ni mfasodie bia na mfaso e wa yeso ani say apple kama ye de ahew na ntamu ji se ubie ma obi dibi me dwindwin ho ko akire ebisa mu no one of the painful realities ne say back from me nana mo abreso me ka 20s ho no and beyond ni nyina no when girl children are born no ye de omu bedua fie mu a right from time omu ye ntotofefe no a esese nkom abusuafo omu ye mema fathers uncles brothers cousins nkom be mo mani abre no maba omo maba omo nua no mai hu ban no wo mo ankasa start fa wo mu wo mo di omo nsesa hyehyehye omo nua no ho de hyehyɛ wo mo force wo mo mama ni omo nua no ma ni ye cousin fo ni ye nieces di omo hyehyehye baabi e de sekan ko ebetu mi ni mu se wa mama ni wa ana se we mi di na se wo koka me kun no bebre enunti no right from a tender age 4 years 5 years 6 years I will be fast traumatic experience ni mu no value kitu ebi a wonyankopon di dua wo oba besia emu se wo usumbo na wo ye obi no by the time I will be 6-7 years no na sa ade ni nyina ya wipe ya free ho. One thing that people don't realize is that oba we ye baby, I don't care how old you are, na ye be defile you ade ba kopa eye ade osumbo de mo oba na bema be free unsem by force. And papi no we ye family ni mu no e ka ne yen count asem we are making a big secret. Minim se me ba benya tamfo bebre e wo video ami ye hu, but it's the truth. A lot of you girls who have suffered abuse se wo be ko wachi akwa bisa ye be ka kire o se if ye bebre mu no e mema na omu dua fie ni mu ana na erere omu chichi omu nkukoma egu omu fie ari wo mu e ma dodo sen e na enye se nya ne papa eye ne wofa se nya ne wofa eye ne cousin bi ya wanfa no. Tell me. And once sa worth no sa value no is taken away from you or sa age ni mu no one kasa no why you damaged from beginning. Makasa story way so many times in different ways and different forms on my platform. So Sister Adwoa Ododie, she is conversant with this story because me nene di hun komo baby. Ese imagine say o mami ya wo mo 5 o mami wo ma 4 be ma baako voko owo num na chi no san nyinsen ye na sis wo mpene ma ne nwu biemti wodede ne baba ma no ese won koma ne yire ni nkoyi nyinsen no na nyinsen yie ni mu na ekwaye infection owu ye etina na ewu ye no ne maya oja wo mo hoyi onu ankasa ni nua ba esio bia ye nua ba pani wewu die mi ankasa me wo mama yi die enya hwe maji nkola ne mama ne mienu no me ne maba betina mi ana me nua ma ne wo mu mehwe wo mu meboa wo mu no oje wo mu sister Santuani sister Santuani saying mi child greetings eti ono ani ne sister wu ye no ono asi obeje ne sister mai e ma mienu no ahwe wo mu because ono so no wo ma mienu wo ni fie nti oje ne sister de mienu ne sister waka baabi ne man totofifi mienu oje omu be ka ne de ne ho anka boni nim boni be ne wo mu nti na ne sister mai ya oje wo mu ba ko anya mfie nsia ba ko anya mfie 9 ena sister ebe fa nkole so omu maami ewu nti enya omu metena ne nchen kakra no nya omanika omu betnyem ne mai be di agra na aye kama waji no a oji wo mu ba ye no wo mu ba no wo mu si e make sure say nkola ni ko school die school fufuro omu be kokra no wo mu school fees obetua obe make sure say bibi omu hia bia omu nya nti papa na anfom ama omu siwa no so omu maami kitwa no for free sa otia omu school fees the aduane ombedie ka ho de bi kwa ka ho mo no anema no because ho no okot omu ne mani kwotena ti obe make sure say aduane wo fi ane mani so benya bi adi oye surveyor oye bibia woye sa de nyina wie ye me ka sem na ya tintintin but I'm getting to the crux of it and I say e mama imienu kwotena ya omu papa ne kowie ye ja omu kwan kowie ye no school ni ama man to aso bi mama ne mani de omu ko school pepepe Basa maame enu we ya omo maame ewu agya omo ho ya mfie nsia ne mfie nan ye county banchi e bia banchi akese nsia ne de agubo mu ne de ama oseje fakọ afakọ achima wo de kọ achima ya kan yesi wo ba esese wo de 12 shillings na eba 12 shillings wo de beba wo de amaninya 11 shillings ne 99 pence wo be hu ne de be ye Emma mamienu 4 years ne 6 years near the banchi. Nti omu kwa chima no an bi oho omu beko no ne bia coins ne bia ti ayira. Eno omu bedru fi a ye yam mekoyirawa e wa yi wa mu. Wa osha ye bia ponim ne de ahyem o punishment ne bi no eno ya bo awi a ya oni ebe ya wawie no ne aye osa. Woni din so for the rest of the day woni hwe womo kono kwa aduane omo ni bi omo kọ di sika ne ba fia na ne ma na aba free school aba na omo adidi awie na aka ase no e na omo die omo san so da living room omo da living room ho no so omo da no obi abeda awie ebo anaju bedroom mienu ho no a ni ama omo so aba abeda bi no nan ni edede papa no maame no kunu no no ye soja ni nti odi ni soja boot no ne nyane odi tia o mutiri so a na o masore nti wo de wa imagine sa de we ya meken sa na mama emienu ye o mu mfie miensa na enu akire kra no de ye me yakra na ye me tan e wa asem ne hu nyina ne se asem no mi ameka mitirim kra hyehye me Enipa no asem no one maame awu awi a ya ne sade mekwatua ne nyina awie no papa no ana owo fie ho no ye wo mo maame ketwa ne ni kunu no ananju desio mu papa sorry free na ware keteso eba be fan toto fifi mfie nan ne mfie nsia odi we wi a no adi we no asan pepa na de ho asan koda wo ye sa every single day for 3 years. Ti wa wo hwe mama yi bi sei no mu a wo mo subject wo mo to be sei ya wo fi say ma bi sei no e ma ben pa ne nti sankofo we mu wo mu betimi aye maame ne ba ko de awo de awo kra wan wu bi sesi ame ne wo kase wo hyefom ba ko nso no onyini du ne mpani fie so wa bra ware ho pa na eno kra no trauma wa famu ne baby a wona nyame kra na aboa no nti eno kodi baby me ka asem no ba besi baby say these are some of the things that some of us women have been subjected to as a child. Ebi o kra we baby wan kasa woni ma de ehye da ye wo but obi a wo fie obi a woye ohuni obi a woye wabusuani bi ede ne nsa wo wase amra na woye totofefe no na eho na nkasa na nyan developing ye nti wase wawie nti sese wadu mpani mfie so eho asei awo a ebi ma won susu no a sa spiritual no ene sa wani down ho so na de ne koso a wantini anya ho hwe no a just the whole mental say will be a foul abra wantini anya ho hwe without your permission or you consenting to it no say yenya man bebre yadwene. A lot of us are quick to judge a man or money na nam ho dan saying ya or mu bia totoma obi amekra me ka ho bia ya time. But I'm beginning to realize some of these things that are happening no it is because right from a nipa no toto fifi awoye no bebre no woye baby no a esesen ko ye baby ade baby di odi Cerelac won ne ho ne asesa no wasu wosere woni ne di agora no wasere niama nan we na nka baby bi esese woye but wuti ankoye yie na akoye baby a we oba na se wonantem apple ho a hey wawu wuti yie na se wutimi ya totofefe no a de ko wanimu a I'm telling you Sister Aisha no smoke without fire to me ya totofifi no akwa koye teenage ho baby na 3 year e ho de hey guaranteed say so mama wa anya word no wa mo ho ban a mo amutina compound house ana say wo fie wo mama ne wo papa ne unua no na nka motie but ye san kofufa wo fa asefo bi ne cousins bi ne mo betena e yarefa wa ya mfa Kwame Bulanga mfa nhye utoto mu nsa bi de ko ho it's when kids and young women already ni yakachira o se osomfa so ya miensa bie toto hwema na tete mana hwefie yese osomfa so die no na se bibi sei koso wo wankasa wo fie. The very people who are supposed to protect you are the same persons or more defile you no more fat there and animonium shedema war ban near the force Jeffrey won somewhere. Who free said dear pan in Tinipan obey? I'm asking you, Sister Catherine say it's a shame these issues are forbidden to be discussed in families. The child will even be in trouble for exposing that adult. Exactly, minuaba. Exactly. And so for that very reason, wabana weyen, wuntimi nka ho hwe. Nti wo di ade we ya hye wo ho. Me sister for mienu we ya me ka o masem kire wo baabi anya ne bako anya ne baabi kuro. Wo free say mentally no, what was going on in their mind? You just imagine it yourself. 4 years and 6 years. All because womo mami awodo musin wiase ade nyina no wawu. And so that was what they had to be subjected to. And see how ni otia sisese no wono na no oye pani mfiensia no wono ne papa say owo hwa na esi ne so say so obefa ne mama no konti ono a drive ko ho no se da bi ne ma no met no ono an nchen no koyi o mo no de o mo ti o mo call back no ko hu se mfie miensa ne nyina o mo anko school no hwe o ma de edidimu ana wa wonim se kro bi a wo free so bi ano o mo ya festivals wo ho enkranfo ye o mo de anwonafo ye o mo de mfantifo ye o mo de afahye ena o mo papa si o de o mo ko mo krom no makwa hu because baby a na o mo tie na enye ho na o mo free nti o de o mo ko mo krom mo akokire wo mo ono papa na nkasa no ni fie baby a wo free se na be ya nkola no mo nyira na mo be hu fie o mo free mu abusia o mo bo nton o mo bo bla 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 edi o mo kwa afahye wow she 13 years why a nice girl Salomango aso wo betie di eti o mo wa afahye yasia no si osu komde no ena obi che bisan se ne ye friend sen wo bo ne family name mo si o mo fa mabusua fie ni sa fie we ye ko bo mo obi o ho bi abema nso sister ko bo mu no ono ani uncle young uncle consider and chen kan he bi be 18 ono wo 13 uncle no wo be 20 ho baby na uncle ni bi no asuma si banie ohu ayefo enia bra beti nsuo no ori adem ho aye camp no ni to mu need I tell you more what happened bi etotom abema okaso obedi abie manini usomfa so do ne se obehwe fie no abie toto no aye oba no asom ono aya fa no afri mfie nsia besi mfie be esa nwotwe nkono nti wo firi se de pa na siye but we de niti anye yi ye fa no ono ane wo fa ne fa no na nyinsem ba mu yes nyinsem ba mu no ajesh nyinsem ba mu no 13 years no na tese nyinsem no cry san ko yi ka ho tina chese yakoye DNC de niam bi akohyehyehye baabi na ye de bi akosososo akoye me see we obi a wafa sa niam we mu nyina mu abesia. What kind of a woman do you think somebody who has been through all of that would become. As I deal with, a sewer busian be premu. But send your sister Catherine can no. Na abomination. Say obekwa kasa asem no say biasi. E won eto. Ye beka say o ya kolaboni. Wo kra wo na ade wo hyehyɛ no. E bia sa atade na wo hyɛ no nko wan hye atade na ma wotu ampie mu a enka bra na anya wo sa. Ye besa blame you say your fault. Enti sister, ye blame no. Say your fault. Why na suma ne so on considence you. E ye den nsu kom dey no. You blame no. Say your no. Ye nin say ye two no twene school bi wo baby bi. The punishment no. Eno no. But me bisa wo. In all of this. Question I miss me hope say mu bisa ne say. E mema no omo yes ade. Punishment be no omo fam. None. Zero. Womo wofa no, womo ma make it one kunu no. Nothing. Yanya ne hwe. So we die, ye be ka no ofie, enka fie saa. We na say we die nya hyeda nya bibia saa. Asem we ense se obia tibi. Ni aya kataso muamuaso saa. Na asem de na asem ko, but there was never any justice for nkola na asem na tu wo mu. Nti wo free said dear pan nti see. And you see, when bad things happen to we women, and there is never any justice, wona asem na to no wo wadwim no. Wonhu ne sa wo sombo da. Because me see ade ba ko a yen ma, wonyame die dua ye mu a eye your pride and joy no. And ne sa apple no. It's in war no, you have to have the right and authority to decide. Enipa apple no, ube biama no. Basa wa ankonya sa right no, na se de komo bia, chese obi gifri wonsem forcibly no a, it damages you for life. And that is the fact of the matter. Hey, sister Kuamwanye, at the same, my darling, I say, child rape is real. And we need to discuss and hold people accountable. Nyamina me kan ye. Mi niaba nim diafo wakasa. Sister Aisha say, this will affect the ladies for life. And it does. And it is because of some of these horrific things that some of these young girls that you're seeing on social media have gone through, but they cannot tell you. They can't go public about this. No, this is too shameful. Hey, wakoka wana busi yemwa. Yebe chane suwe free kura ufri soso. Itina muamua so ne kataso no aneses wo mo ye. Misi nkrofo no aboa na wo ka mama no aye aba no bebre na afri yen aye fie in our own houses. And I dear nifre. She minim sa brabo ne mu ayedin. I know sa brabo ne mu ayedin. Sister Adjo Odo say it's such a shame and very traumatic. Sister Santua say Ekuya, though they are not seen doesn't mean God hasn't seen it. They get their own punishment by nature. I know, Sister Santua, but that is not even my concern. Adiana wo mudia yo bana wo mase no. And no, any assembly hear me no. The punishment wo ho no kure. But where is the justice for bana ya se no? Because enya se die na ya di keke no a ya di na ya se ya fa wadi a yan fam. That is not it all. It doesn't make you see your worth as a woman anymore. Because at the end, you are free somewhere, and it has screwed your mind up. Because it's like I have this precious thing that I value more than sense. Will be the force what dear free myself. It's me cry me so fast to dear cry as a nipper anything. So will be to me the force dear free myself dear. A dear that's what, where is the dignity if I don't have any control over my own self to decide this dear way any pass messy way na me pes way near dear free myself by force from obia and I say crophobia or mu word busiemu say woman and call mu bomb and ban it's not me so fast swap and anything. It's a ma baby ya ye who am social media so. No we put it to ha. No adi akofa ha. They don't see any worth in themselves anymore because that one thing has been taken away forcibly by somebody and Kasas will protect ni pakro. A madu do saying, and a be a makwa warrior first one. Na ma wo mama na warrior nentimi anya ye. Na wo de wo mano akwakọ aware fufuro mu. Na second husband no pese. When who say woman from the first marriage, you know, why girls, no, we are nice girls, we are fine, etu, enufu. Etu also be or real woman, no, or pel baswaria can. How many stories need you, baby? Don't get me started on that one. Hey, one pinning. Who are cockatro, mammy say, we are collaboni. One timine won't, a bay two. So 1 2 banner dia. Men power wade biom na yen man bebre nso so enam say yen no aware hu hia ye dodo esin wiase ade nyina nti I have seen people disown their very daughters for the sake of wobeya Mrs. Aponchiti, Mrs. Ojanti, Mrs. Apotro. Eti odi onu ankasa na de ne nsunu mu ne nasene mu ba no ato atwene for the sake of so obey Mrs. Bibi. Hey, mama ka sem che time ani e we investing no. Na young nice beautiful girl bi wo ho. Ya, one ne papa ne maami aware egui. Eti omo maami tammo mu na omo ye maami enu. Ana omo maami free first marriage, omo papa marriage ni mu. E call second marriage biem. O call second marriage ni mu no. Na papa no first of first one no enya 19 so that time no share na 19 girls na enya afa na ne yofu no say ye no fo ye ati agu ya ye de push up bra support no there be that time ne etimi sha atade a enufo na agina ba bi esese agina ne ehihye ye ho so pa enufo etu you know tina girl no no aye nice beautiful apple papa here you say bite mother bite pikin. Mary ne mami ari onu amu nso aka ho girl na mpene no no ka che ne yire ne se so opeso okoso ane ne ware dia ene ne ba no ne mami enu ne nyina so o mutu fie ho mami ne nso ahomete e na me ware mo papa munti aware na anya ye masaba aware mu nso a masaba ba betete me monko si anaju de suo mu ansio to na mami tu ne mania magu abonten so o monko Kumasi abontene so. Kolai koye. Ena maami ne distant relative bi. Won shede ni hwe chese ono kra oti compound house bi mu. Ena madam fu di ni nua ba keto akoma ne pa ne choso onye nansa. No hwe ba bia wo kro. Na face wo ba be fa ni nua no so wo ye ne den yo. Sister ni dama, oni sempua, o investing so ni school fees kra tua ya asem. Ehin na wo fa. Ghana Saturdays no obi beka se na ade no one pay adwuma na bi wen nti se mo amunim ni oyeye fe no na City Hotel nti that time no so na abrofo contractors bebre bakrom nti na ese me ni okobi apo no ne e fa no ne man $100 eno no di bi betua ne fees di bi adidi edi bi akoma ne ant no e ma ne di bi ahwe edi bia hwe ni nua ketewa no ne maame te aware ho me hu se me ka se maame no ne ti ye girl no se ne ti ye o se I don't know whether to call it a good thing but sometimes and I'm not trying to be spiritus wa ha nti mo amoye spiritus no mo fa spiritus heart them to baby for 1 second ne kan same way say sometimes in life out of the worst possible atrocity no some good comes out of it actually say papa no was that is what fa madam fu ya bedru baby no hu say na cheeky woni madie adwemu do enya so ne pe se wo pe so o ton ne ho sa na ya ho kire ti papa ka so wo bebo assistant wo fa ne de wo re no ready ore ne pa but ewie ni mu no wo bo assistant no papa ne contract ne be end 3 years later. That time near was second year ye third year ni ade. Papa filing krata e de my sister no ne nua ne nyina e de omo ko Germany. Omo kokotena ho. Omo ti ho no. Wa han apartment ama omo still that sorry but wo ye. Share sister Yama ni university year masters ka ho ebedru ho na yini nua ketewa no nso so awie secondary school ko university afa ya o maye ni perie no omo maami ate se ne madu Germany nti no odi dwato anam se wa ya sorry ya bonsam unse bonsam so de wa huna mani o bonsam oh it dey critical form what you chese nti bonsam na yo nti no omunya aboni mu manenka jai manenka na yensa for domodum we ye mi nua yi anka ave ye den o ye mi nua yi anka den ave de si ne se wunim na unim na musuo kan na akoka ne maami asemi wone won kasa kora bi wasi oni maami o eda na ne maami to ne niam egu ya nsuo to ya nsuo bu wo mu sa da no wono to he no na ne maami ewu nti oni maami spiritus for be kasa wanya hye onje mu manenka. Do you know touch us agel no fam? Do you know school or no beko na ni nua nso akobi nti na ese ono ton ni totoma obi ne papa seso for 10 years ni achiri iti o no de becho nice. Sister Catherine say it really makes you worried as a parent on how to effectively safeguard your children. Sister Kuamwa say very common for women who are so desperate for marriage. Some men lack self-control and want to chase everything in skirts. Now we yam bounce dear. One kasa wini buoni ni dear man who now we Jimmy and Tino. Oh, we yamba. Are you crazy? But that is what we are allowed. Ewe yo kromo. Ghana for do sen ya wo ma sen kola e na motie se ye de o ma tufiase. Tell me. Upa krom habra na be fo obi ba. Na di no na ye no nyankamade and see what happens to you. Ye you we free afiase awie kra no. Ye san do to sex offenders register so. Enti wo adwuma edi adwuma wonya bi nyo da. Ye be draw cordon so ama say he e free sa ma radius we school bi amfa ho. Enti wo hin na woko. Waka dem. But Ghana DNC. Huh? Obi could 3 months. Time na me 18, 15, ufa Daily Graphic, and answer Saturday Spectator ni Mirror. You feel like throwing up. A 72-year-old defiles a 9-month-old baby. Bodambo. Crazy. 9-month-old. What kind of sexual attraction can you find in a 9-month-old baby? Tell me. No afano. Obi dine edian na omo wo compound house mu na maame no wakodi bibia ma wo eyi ne yam afa no nti ode na ma akokra o nana pacho jimbe mame na me ba sesi a papa tamakola ndi ni ko share bedroom. The rest is history. 9-month-old baby would the sabulanga ente say akola ni bleedy ye eno owu ye ede ye no oh anyini 6 months in prison. Near Jaho. Try that here. Intiminonim. Much as I love Ghana, I love Africa. I love a lot of things that Africa stands for. When it comes to women, me denya miasi debia me ko to dwenim debia denya miasi. Ewo baby me yedi mi bedua e. No kra hun sem bebre because abusuan bi wo ho no mu a vampires no omo wo ho a omo pe utoto adie no omo donso wolves in sheepskin. The last people I will be expecting so omo be yes a omo apan so na eye and they are right in front of you, your very eyes. Oh me bra we dey want to me yes sir. No, he can't do that. You can't do that, Abi. Okay. Worry ubani ria na abi hu. So worry sa ubani ria. And na abi hu. People think that this whole but it is just your pussy. Eti odi ana ye dey. Na say we enu ani say wa hohoro ho no waje mu amanaka. Talk to somebody who has been raped. Obeka kire what they go through. Obi ye di no a. Wo try so obe forget it. Wotimi ko shower mu dware. Wo dware wie na nani ko bo mirror mu say no ohwe nanim a nanim ya ne se ne ho ye fi wo besan ko dware biem ekofo bi spend 5 hours wo bathroom because o dware bia eye ne se wan hohuru ho ye wo besan ko shem na no enye tirimu yare ye de. And what has caused all of these things to happen? Abusuya mo fa nchem yo na heat bi a ewo Calgary ha ne den any Alberta ha ne den nya asem keto o 30 something degrees. Bogatanga kramfa ne ho. Sister Catherine, even pastors do it too. It is awful. Imagine what they all say pastor. Doctor bikura okrom ha. Doctor, wonu ani yamba. Wonu ankasa ni yamba. Ena wodem, ena me ba no, ya no obeda me mpaso. Nti ne koma ne ba sa. Jimmy. How many young kids don't sleep on their parents' bed? E kolan totofifi ben. Utimi dware ni wie na ode ne to sa ne nanenam ho nti papa bia wo ba bia ne nti ne ba beda ne keteso eseso ofa no. And you see, your culture no allows such stupidity and such wickedness to continue to exist because katasu muamwaso. Senki be set up commission. Na do be set up commission say see say hey ye be hwehwe family bia mu e ma munim say yaye mo momra me too anka mo be hu na omo a ye be ye omo me too bia nso so no ye be chi wato mu a nka be hwe sensa wam say ye betimi prison say wa Ghana nyina akwa ntimi mfa relatives no omo ye sankwase ade no. So many women have suffered and are victims of this very thing I'm telling you today. Mimi dia manoso. Manu bokiti obi anim say kuya sika die. And 9 times out of 10 it is your own flesh. Enya wo ofa, your cousin. When your first cousin or your second cousin, where your bra. Ebimu, some brothers are so wicked. Wa wunia bema o cousin obebo gala some nim near friend gala wobekwa akofa ne nanfofo enan enum no account mo ho onu ani nuaba ne cousin ne niece we dina we ekoso Ghana ho. This very thing, it is going on, and that is why more parents and also so and then my baby. I know said the world has changed. I know that life is hard. I know say parents ni bi Ghana ho a choice na munnie because we buy adwuma or bank. Be ma ye adwuma or bank. Eti hwan na e ba be hwe nkola no. E bia wo nya lucky say o maame etiase. Wo nana bi tiase. Wo sister bi ana say cousin niece bi a wo betimi abeboa wo fie nti no. Uko ukrom na say o next door neighbor area ho boy bi on nanam ho usi o e dia o JSS ntino ye betimi aboa na ye betua ne fees ye the keys ne ma no ye na anopa no wa ba be hwe ye ma no na wa hwe a make sure say penny bi be wo fie make us every we nya be 15 16 wo baba we nya 7 4 6 wo baba ma we nya 10. And now the next door neighbor, bema. Oh, wait, the obran who has in any da form. Oh, you're nice boy, wait, the on hard and in the hojopa. A young uncle for no more wrinkle for man or more drop vampire go when you want. And I make catch on say vampires no much pot in Kokori area hon. Anyone will feel hon. They don't have anything written on their face to say, or more reporting Koko. They are the most meek, mild, innocent, humble-looking human beings. Womo wa nkasa ufi a wonfa sansusu no. Mama, I'm sorry. Ma papa mfiri ho. Ubehunu dwuma ye dibedi wo. Bra, sister. You must shine your eyes so. Minim say sitting na mu ayedin. I know. But sometimes there is a choice that you have to make between money and having a family. If you want to have them both, there is a price that you must have to pay. Winim say winim mama bia we responsible. Winim say winni abusuani bia ni nani bia wo pese wutua. Some of you it is just because my dream say you want to cut corners. You don't want to pay money. Sister Kuamwa, for example, she's a mother. She will tell you, say, child care, and yasem kitwa. Sister Jodo, where your mother, what catch or say child care will chrome her. It's not a joke. But a choice. I will be making. It comes at a price. Are you prepared to pay that price? What the ubani toto be sacrifices sika upese unya? And say. Ubepe obi ana oni ukunu kwa be hihye ho we koba na we akwaba eti tem bia 24/7 no mumu ba ko ofie but a man bebre pese wo mo pese wo mo kwa hihye wo mo ye slim things na mo sutimi hihye latest na me ya abaso ibi nti no oba toto na ye de sacrifice wada ni hu Abraham na ade Isaac ye sacrifice but Isaac ni toto na ade sacrifice for usika ubenya ya won pese obi bedi bie nti na nsei mu bia me abusuanfo bebre omo hihye mra adwumadie bebre mu nti ya na metete sa lolo nsensemi bebre sister bia wokọ nsori nkese na e Ghana ne kese pa ne ba ku lighthouse wani ni kunu nyam sa ni kunu kura yesofo lighthouse baako ye adwuma o bank baako nso ye engineer o sede ana o mudi area boy area we die ne ho jo obra ne ho ase obabua mo papa ana o mudi o mo ba 4-year-old wo ba 10-year-old be man ne say 8-year-old be kola mienu miensa but baako ye oba ya wanya mfie 9 nti kola ne be ko school mo be ba no maami ni ho papa ni ho basa bra yi se bra se boy no ofie ho ne dia ne se kola ne ba obe ma o madware na aduane a maami na ye si ho no obe wo me wo microwave mu ama o madidi akosi se omumu ba ko be fie adwuma be fie no nsi anonso ho ba bi not knowing se boy se bra yi kolani free school ba ni esi supervise wo mu no o nyware a o started in nsa and a graduate ko kwadu carrot body ye de ni nyina ra kola mfie 9 totom. What do you think happened? Afa Sunday adu mo be kwa sorry ma me pese wo dware ne bei wo dware no an adu ne sisi mu ho ba bi no pese wo de ne nsa hwe na kala na start isu. And one sounds what catch the 10-year-old boy and say what catch the mammy. Woman nyina bewu. Nti boy ni nsusuo se boy ne baba be ku ne maame ne papa nti waka na no atum. Afa na girl yi hu ayehye. Wo mo de ne kọ, wo mo hu infection kọ, wo mo ma mo antibiotics ade ne nkọ. Nti ye de o mo course child psychology o se bibi. And wo bi ka se wunim. Wo bay fan form nyina free baby we form ko baby one form ko hotel bi baby on very relaxy playground ni ade na de nkomo real life story na make catch the we esi ya fe mai and uncle ye there o mu ana boy no 10-year-old no finally appear free nanu boy ni free di kwadu ni carrot ne nsa ne body e hihye ho nyane na bra no akola no so anka ne ntem anka ne nua ba no ko bewu because akola ne yare a ye hu de kodie ne abesa yare no na say baby asem na duro no menim say sa girl we eti wonyini drum panin fie so a wo ade a wo betimi a wo bi ana say damage ayaye no ho no ye permanent ana say enye permanent abusia. I'm talking about this thing as if we are joking, but a very serious, heavy issue. Obi a wonim me ye bia nim say same way. This particular topic, it takes grace to talk about it, but we have to talk about it, and I will keep talking about it until I see change. Because me body need me rest it till there is some kind of change and reformation in Ghana. Etimuhu mu ishabudon hwan ye wei ye yi no ho enchena we ye yi no ho enti ye misa ye ho say ye de ba de kranti na nkrofo e wo mo yesa. Mental health it exhibits itself in a lot of different ways. But say wo nya etirimu yare da ana say wonyo bi a sa psychology no ne sa therapy ni sa de no ebi wo wani so na utimi eti sa nyema bi ase a utimi nti ase. There are so many young girls who have either committed suicide or are attempting to commit suicide because of sa de we wada wona won hu somo a wosombo because obi fa no totofefe already no ayen a ye wa Africa ni nyina ye se wo dia ne se wo so fa so dia ne se wo besom toto no kra ye be ma dia enye odia nti obi fa di kra wa fa we odi wa na aye den ye we obi be se wase den gauge bia na ho ye di wa no ane se wa hohoro ho bibia ni ho a ye di gauge nti eno ane se wo hohoro na eno anu no really mental ade na ekoso wo oba na dwenem na no wutimi eno so wutimi di nsuo hohoro ma ne firi ho so ho kwana ko bisa omo amu ye ma ho adwuma na omo nka asem nkire mu. Let's not be quick to judge these people so harshly. It's what I'm saying. And that is not to say say ade no omo ye na ye there be enye but enipa no won hu ne ho de so mfaso. Yes, we be obi side chick because if in a more frame nyina ya ka kire ne say toto no so mfaso ane say obebie ma obia. There are so many people having children they haven't planned for in Ghana. Oko kan ye si onyame behwe wo mu enkola kra kaya yofo kra wo a onyame anebe enyame anehwe wo mu kwase ankeka bisa nyame behwe wo mu na obi nso ori omo fa nchen also very possible yama ye ho ma no afiri se oso mfasodi e wa asase so nyina ne se ubetimi anya sika no ahwe ho a the only asset na wo no enam se totofefi obi giye na asese ese enhye danye wo eternity na kire na me nton me to efe na so obi apa why not cost eye commodity amewo asset ba ko pa amewo a metimi dia ye why not ma me nton ade totofefi na obi di ye devalue big deduction na wa mobi why yes sir. And before we start pointing accusing fingers at all these girls, let us also stop and take stock and think about some of these things I'm saying very deeply. Because I know so can't be. And as I nyema we mu nyina kokoso. And papa fo na omu be gina ayi se beka nudity hwan wo mo an create sa nudity no. Wo mo an wonu omu create sa nudity no. Enya sa we yamba we de wonsa kwahye no sa ayeden wo kodi ne sa ayeden. Sister Joe say double standards and enablements for with nonsense and intelligent excuses. Shaking my head. Mema de sa no wo mutie we ye den ya mema de wontimi ntina wo baba ko mema de sa no wo mutie nti abrofo no wo muti krom ha wo mutimi ne wo yire no ntina 40 50 60 years no wo mu de akotie ne nya bi na nyame de ma wo mu won ana omo de nsuo na wo ana ase nchene ana ase meko ka kire me. You know, some of us, I mean, our cultures have just pre-programmed men to think that every stupid thing is acceptable. Kwasi ade bia ya acceptable. E wo Ghana se say. Oh, ma de se say, ma no, omo do so sen mema no. Eti aye den a be ma de. Ese se wo more than one. Se de be ya, ma ni bi nsu betimi anya kote ni bi ade Jimmy ubu ho a kwasi anema bi wo ho a wonye. That is just the gospel truth. That is just the gospel truth. Enti me papa wo ye man 9 4 wanya be ma wo. Enti me se no wono an ye ma wa wo mo abre wo ho asam na nim fifire. Wo kofa bi say, what is wrong with people? I just can't understand. It just say, excuse something na metiana akom na ba me so. I don't get it. My children never went to childcare because husband and I scheduled our work hours in making sure one of us was always there for their needs. Me see your choice. Your choice. I say we make it. We are ban so. Now free say you want to have a family, and that is what is going to satisfy you, sister. A sacrifice so can home. It is ikana open. So ikana open. Say we drew baby. You have to think about my children versus money and make a choice. And I beg you, in the name of God, to say, "Memma will batoto." And yes, I sacrifice. No what? Because we'll be foul baba no. Abra one nye ready no. Abra one kasa me enya choice. One kasa me de bema bra ya. Now my one kasa o bra, o offer, o nephew, o cousin. Edi bulanga no kwahye ho a wadi uba ne dem. Oboni tu okun no kranke ye. Me na me ka kire. Because when a woman is raped, this ta draw dobedi madansie. Some people never recover. Never. And those who do recover, no cran, they are a shell of themselves. Because a piece of you has been taken away, which can never be put back. At the end, one person will know now, person will demand on any panity, a friend is saying, force what dear fluence him. That is one thing. Secondly, minimum sa mami fo ya na me kan masem aba ko anya ne kra chiko ni oda so wo ho no wo se obenye panimu wie ya wo fa sa ade ni mu nyinsen a ye yigu ye ne ho animguase ne ho nsem nyina mu wie ye no efe na be man shada anya ne mobobio. And I know that some of you would think that this is sick, but that is your opinion. But put yourself in her shoes before you judge. Osi it made me toto na mema mienu ba ko eseso wo ye me wofa nchese omo nyina akwa ye me wofa fo me anti kunu de so ane wofa difference bi ani ana o ma fa me aye me say oh okay enti ene multiple kotie tin tietia kokko tumtum wodi judge her if you want, but she did. And the mindset is all that. The one thing that I loved more than sense, the one thing that made me feel like a woman and complete, was taken away from me forcibly without my consent. Into what year I must to get my pound of flesh back. Intimacy or kokotie spree. Okuta machine gun and kamema obeku omu asasi so nkanya mema ketwa. Ofa no ni we area on pebio no asentesio no atiagu no okọ next victim so for years. Enipa na ware ho ye ne den. One trust you be a commitment to when you're anything. Judge her if you like. Yeah, dear, we are good at that. You bet see you bet judge you see. But who your bar? That's a wood me. You know what I'm saying. Put yourself in her shoes. Son judge. There be a mekasa same way say. Until you can put your feet into somebody's shoes. Now make sure say o nine mold ne shoes ni nyina kopepepe. When I bet me a room baby and an nice we toast back the exact same spot and an toast one. When you can be as obia because you haven't walked their walk. But here be bring for dear, we are quick to judge. Yes, all of us may come hungry. But for who to say sister is a shoes mo. One carbe feel say. Ben maybe was a see so after sa or deal no, who bet me a gin debut. Catch me. And you know, that part of our culture, I hate it with a passion. I do. Sa devalue na ye devalue man. I hate it with a passion. I do. It is a part of your culture. Mempekra. Ene sa katasum wamwaso no. Enipa ni siwa wo fie. Ebusuanfo ni nim sa asem na wo ka no ye no kore. But they make the victims the ones who still pay the price for being kwasiade awo ye. Sister Jo Odosi, yes, that's right, because they've been traumatized and damaged to the core. It's your beauty say, how do you change somebody like that and make them something else when their very self has been taken away through no fault of theirs? Ne maami enwa nka won free ni sini ni fie enkodi abawa e wo ne maami ketwa fie e ma ne maami ketwa kunu a won mu ne ho a we yimifo na me so no a yare because when yare ansem hunu bi say wonni. But these are the things that we promote in Ghana. Oh, the men, it is not their fault, you know. It is the fault of the girls who have been wearing miniskirts and exposing their breasts in everywhere in public. We are boy. Because to me, that is the only difference between animals and human beings. Is that Nyankopon ama ye self-control. Sure. Or baby, there will always be one better than that one that you have chosen. It takes self-control and self-discipline to say, you know what? I have already chosen. It will be so way. When you're selfish and kase, and the media bank, or china made katie, adichia made light soup, and ansano made fish stew, and then made kruma. We are no wedding contomde. Into every day of the week. Utu bulanga free ha. Now they are called raha. A buoni ni dia ba say. Papa wini be. And it started from Totofifi. Because ya can't amanaton assume say or banfa sudi any say or besum bear man we be toto. Into pese will be toto bia. Yeah, was I see subia. That is my problem. That is my problem. Sister Ajoasi, that's what happens when the sick, twisted pedophiles, etc., live their lives hurting other vulnerable children because no one reports it or puts them to save some family names. Wickedness. And your wickedness are doing. I mean, having grown up in a home where my father was so protective of his daughters. You know, I just can't imagine what goes through fathers who sexually abuse their own children. I can't understand that thing. I can't. Because a bro ma drain to any mentiasi so mentiasi. I just don't get it. Can't you draw the line somewhere? Can't you draw the... Me see Mwakra have choices. And Mwa, they have choices. Yeah, dimi, and you know the sad thing, the sad point of this whole thing, they say it is we women too who support sad degrading behavior. No, I know I mean tiasian. Yeah, Maya crow, yeah. And you support sad degrading behavior. No? And it is not just with rape, it is with so many other facets. And so we all bar. To send me a queer me to he, mini kunu men ware. Nti me makuya me wa he. Because school ko kanya me ani, ye doctorate, ye hwan. Adwuma bi wo Ghana ye mfa ma me. You know why? Uko interviewer because I told me bi. Are you married? Was he no? Do you have children? No. Nti amfa adwuma na ama no. Overqualified. Hey, credentials are no more pen adwuma ni mu nyinada from crane to cran. This woman had it, but she did not get the job because she's not married and she doesn't have children, and it doesn't show responsibility. This is stupidness. Stupidness. That's all it is. Abrochie fan baby ben. And I'll tell you, say, Juma, Yadema, Secretary of State, near Kobisa, oh, Kunu, oh, ma, as I near dear Juma Nama. Theresa May, or no, dear, no, Kunu, but one with that. And so, Prime Minister with me, but I'm not sure. Ghana, we are even ready for woman prime minister, president. Them say, Oba, we are single, I won't worry. Irresponsible, young farmer. Me kuya me jina ha me kase. I'm 40 years and 6 months old. I will tell you my real age. Me ni fedi biya will be biya. I'm telling you. Into 40 years and 6 months. Time wa minya early 30s hono. Me call family function we. MOB baby sa me say. Enti kotia egu landing nyina. Enti me ntimi nya bia na. Okay. Se me ntimi nya be ma wo ye single. Wo de anya hwe. Kokofa bi he ene emema omaware omani nya omaware mbebre wo kokofa bi fa na. Ene ne wo de ba no an ye pe wuntimi wade wo de fa ba no abra ye beje no. How do you think that made me feel? Just me wa busua ne mu no. Me tintin gram wa me ye. Me suko a me ko ye manimu ayesa bankuin enye enough. Jisse me a me ti hey. Me kokofo obi kunu obi leftover. Me nkofo obi leftover. Na me ne nwo mo beji akola no. Obi cancer akire me. I thought I had heard the West. And I'm a cousin be catch them say, oh, now they are 33 penny bisa question. Now me amenya 38 years me call function bia and no so na ye adwuma interview obi bisa me say anye bia me a lesbian na because me ba ha me be ye adwuma me hu say be me bia be fa call lunch krada ade man we ni ji omo ho ana. Oh Ghana. Yare no so. Yare no. So. Enti me nkofa obi leftover na because of awu amen wo yenti. Eni kuna me nya yenti. Enti me a me ye oba no. Me se me nso mfasodie e de magana fo bebre ne se bie toto. Wo ba na hwefi. But baby a me ti say no. E man no a wo moti se me no a me ne o mo wa adwuma m bebre no. Banku kura won ka bida. Kosia kura won no bida. Was a comedy no. And one is what be money for you so. Now I fresh skip the dishes. No why. Abusua me ba o. Eva. Abusua. She enti no mintimi nya saa nneema mu bia de a me nso mbo saa me hya da nya importance a eno nkonkoto afa de da ben na abeware unianu nyina ware anti oma wo menti wonhu da ben na nso beware ha emema asa ewo ukrom ho pebie ese sem papa fo mpanimfo konya papa panimu bi a wo be ya wo ho wo mo keka sansem nyina kire me na me gina se afidua iso so that because me nim say video ese se nkrofo hepa wa be bisa me sansem fo ni biom no be ready for stupid answer because I don't care how old you are. Who bisa me nkwase a question me ma nkwase answer. And let me put that disclaimer out there right now. Who bisa me nkwase a question who be nya nkwase a answer. So wa mu hu na went me and mind you business. Now the one who bet to my minimum. Men no mo say Gary Soakins. Because me say matra be careful. Sa time no a enenya hwe with the mfi no say akua sika ma pass answer hunu ni nyina ho. Enti me de to ho mon share video no ma me why me sra mu. Mon share video no fa to personal profile bi aso. Me ama ma ho kwan. Me ka amo atiefo nyina ate say obisi am nkwase a question. Thank you. Obenya nkwase answer. Obisi am nkwase a question and you get nkwase answer. You know why? Because me sini mini Papa Jerry ene ne yire patri wo mo a mo chi me enyin se me aboso me nkuno ti me hu se ayi enioma na omo ye so kopimpim no so na ekoye because me sha na anya fon sa ti me se call me ma me square pa no de wo me yeah etino so wo san kofo mienu no omo de enka bekasa ma wofo ni wo mu nti omo kasa asem no kra omo dika omo ana wo me abro omo ade ho na sempo so omo antimi amisa nsem hunu question no a wo mo a omo sam wo manim fifire etu akua sika school fees kwaji credit union loan editu amimi school fees so wo mo mpo eni hu kwan so wo mbebisa nsem hunu question no a eni nkwanchan fo nyina amanya study me si wo bisa me nkwase a question bia e free ne 2nd July di ko mema nkwase answer because we mu hu because I have suffered sa abuse no sa de no for a very long time, and right now I am not prepared to suffer sa nkwase asem anymore. Until wo bisa me nkwase a question wo send me nkwase a question wo me inbox mu mema nkwase a reply because I won't boo hu a me so me ho. It is very, very simple. And I am saying says sa demeaning and near me ya de man and ya rape nkwan ya can rape de no aba besin, but it is just in every facet and every area of our relationships with women in Ghana. Cheating has become the norm of the day. Cheating. Obi to me worry obi 6 months no orphanage. You can't be with the same toto every day. When you eat jollof rice, you have to try watch it. Fool! What do you mean? one kasa no wonya fit kura sɛ wo be ware nki ye ka ware sɛm a ense sɛ nka wo kobi because eniema no a ye hia ye de ye husband ye de kɔ marriage mu no woni bi self discipline self control you don't has eti awade de ense sɛ nka wo be ho ba bia eti sister bra next time so we share sister bi a wade the total che free e de ma mansan a 9 times out of 10 no time anu oyo akola no obi yoy we yonku be ma bi yoy iti na sister ne say what think kensen enti mo a obetimi di aboa ne say ubebisa ne say bra be na ye ne sa na say ubetimi abone ntohwe ni mu ama mu apaya mame a madawase. And don't be too quick. So we judge you obi abra wunnim the story. Some of these things have gone on for years. Papa for no mudi asa ebrofon, those horrible rotten pieces of corn no grains of corn now mudi aye no wo da so tiase. And they are the loudest mouth on social media criticizing those women. Aha ubu ho a and now ubu the vows of your marriage nkwasia niam bi wo ho a wonye. That is the gospel truth. That is the gospel truth. Enti mumi enjai sa katasumu amuaso no ene nsososofo no. And let us say it what call it as it is. Call a spade a spade. Ghana, with your background now, how many people even believe you? Then so bang, waka shata dear way, and I would declare ye. Now if you say papa no dear no obey you. Papa no dear no you giant. Or you giant. And that's why I punch you. I punch you could do in Yansanti. I say be I know you giant. It went to me and tree break. Went to me and tree break. Sansem fono a emema ni bisisi ho a moka na ema no sese omugu ho ahodo enti se me kofa we na se manfa bia nka ho a ema no amaka no eye sa ba ema bia anfa Jimmy wa mu ho. And you see, a lot of these men think that cheating is when wakoshia obi wo krom na sebio wadi bulanga na koshim. But I beg to differ. Sa woni obi wo ho mu wo relationship mu ma ware, or you guys are in any kind of a committed relationship. Na say wo sign was side conversations. A good messenger so. A good WhatsApp so. Na say ugu so aso maybe a mafufro bi so outside of so-called committed relationship. Now you are cheating. You are cheating. This I'm saying the entire. When your girlfriend or girlfriend number. So on komo bia o pese oni obi dia wo ye oba wanya o ma me nya o sister nka girlfriend na me de minimi nka ne be di sa nkomo no, because girlfriend de na chese mo hwehwe mo ho ahyehya asa mo be ware no no ana se we ye be ma ware fo kra dia ene wawie wo ba no a wati ska ware no no wono nko ana ne ni kodi sa nkomo no apart from nuanu mo ye ma that ene de ene ehu. What a bass mono obi ma scholarship. Oh no agene. Oh, what is your name on Facebook? No age. We yiri ni ho a. Na ne sa sister na chat. Oh, you look so handsome. You are so adorable. Na yode. When can we have coffee? Ufri say when can we have coffee no, and one is when him na ye fe na sister name mouse scholar but to say o person one will have coffee. We really what tifie. When was the last time we didn't have coffee? Catch me. let's have coffee. Let's have coffee. More coffee, yeah. Afedi. Was you? I can pick you up and take you out for dinner. Ni nyina ugusu amo chatiko. Na se crowd dia tan dia wo social media so. Hey, me be Facebook Messenger de kirewa. Wani kura bewu. Oba besia betimi atena se. Aba ne nantem. Ne tweba ne hu bebia gum. No they send bema. Oh, when I saw your face on Facebook, I became, and your smile, it makes my total wet. And I want to, me pesa me know that. Hey! Na bema no. Hey, ne huye ni na as electric bi afani mu. Wo be yayo. Ema no wo ye say ni nyina na make no. Ye de yensa ne ye ho awowo omo afri omo mofrem ti adre na pineapple. Adrena ya pineapple no esese nke ye pem moama wo mu na mema no so gusu esoso so kajagum. Eti to me no cheating nyese wakotu bulanga de akosho baby atotomu. That is the height of cheating. But cheating is 30 free say woji is assistant number no. E ho na cheating is 30 free ye. Se wanika e wo baby awo a. Na se oyire na ane ne tifie no wani so no a okoje oba afoforo number sa ye. Ah? So woba no a wosi wo ho no a wokoye number 2 good toilet bon say kan ya wosi wo ho sie kata wadeja so wani so no a koje oba afoforo number de na ade ye me bisawo that ukoje number no fefefe I want to see you, I want to coffee you, I want to tea you. Na mo ye tea ni coffee wo fi say hin pan nti sa de we bakwa akowie. Ah? Uye tea ni coffee ni biscuit na akowie dinner. Na ma rensa kakra. Na adi ko shemu wi a. Emma, the only people who can begin this change are me pen. Yen ankasa. Mesre ya nananom ne ya maamenom. Ya bibi nti omo anya akukudro. Na omo tena ho ma omo amabusuafo fa omo se. Ansa na omo bewuo no. Omo nya nyonyam hyede ba akubi. Ansa na omo awu. Na no ni se wo baba ebe ka kire wo se unua bema wo bra wo kunu epese wo ne wo ba ne da gitum se ye nokre na ye nhwehwemu enka kire wo ba ne se nye nokre da na nye sa papa panimu ni because 9 times out of 10 it is true. It is true. Because se ukoso so be ma no so no wantie wo baba no asem no a wo ma wo baba na tifa ne tirim etifa so it is wo baba be ka kire wo se sa bra no aye no kre emai wo pese wo wa bre ukoda obi hu ene enyem wo na ukuta anyinse no a bosomi nkono ena wo chim ye na wo akola no se no kre ni nyame anim nie sa wo pa na wo pe pa sa wo pese wo na ye mama wo ye mother pa dear sister. Be very, very careful about the kinds of people you leave your small daughters with. Why? I beg you, Miss Rao, any dear mua. Because one, yes, sir, a tifas ubano was say. Ubano was say, yes, sir, any so yeah. Well, you see Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty ninya great fall noa. All the king's horses and the king's men now went to near her. Humpty Dumpty was she send the biom cry when ya pebim. Sister Joe Dossey. Many victims end up being victimized when they press charges by friends, family, and societal labeling. And also ye Jimmy. Instead of punishing the perpetrator, nipa na wedi oba ni nyana wedi ne dem no. Eye wa na ope, wa mfa ho ankwahyehyɛ no a. Mo amuwo mama no a, mema ne na ne nam ho omo ne mo maba na ye so free. Oh, come to my room, come and sit on my lap for no. Mo de mo ntina ho. Mo ntina ho. Wa be sit on the lap nso pa. Etifa so a mesu nkyere me. Emeka because eye wo na aye. Being a parent is not just about, oh, I've had a child so that everybody can see that I am a mother. You see? Obi e hu sama o, there be o. A sacrificial eduma. Sacrifice. E ka ho. If you are titi mi mu no, for the first 6 years, na ya me nko a. Nti mi sini mi ni omudi akoniaba. Me ma me na be kwa eduma ntema, me papa na edware me de me kwa nursery. Land ya bonten so. Me ma me pon a no abefa me nursery de ma befie. Eso ye bibia me papa ba no age me na ma me so akoye ne wo ye. That is what I saw in my house. Me papa wa nya sanse hunu kwase ade mu bia. Wono so ye papa ne bi. Bulanga no no obi pa ye adwuma me ma me be ka kire o se na ye adwuma pa. It is possible. But yes so nsemfon so. It is self-control, self-discipline. Any additional remote. It is about time. Mo hyehyɛ emra wo Ghana ho parliament ne George ne ho ahwanfo ni nyina no. There has to be much more reformation e Ghana ho for child abuse, rape, and all of those things. Assault ne sa ade ni nyina. Any kind of idea bia ye de be for ba toto bi ho emema nso so omudi mema nkitinkiti totofifi say wo mu no. People have got to be punished severely as a deterrent for sankwasi asem no. Enya sa mo ishabudong ne nasefo ade ya ye hu nyina. It's just the tip of the iceberg. More to come. Sister Mary, me hu wa che oba eti say nwa. Sister Aisha Samba, or see, self everything according to Ajo Odomensa. But when your child is so helpless and doesn't have a voice, why nebe kasa mano? Why nebe kasa ediamano? Adia ba kunso e wa brofo amamre mu amemekua. I personally agree to is that right from Akola 2-3 years, yak ne mami aka kire ne say obi ani ho kwan apart from ono ne mami ani bia ne papa eso obekọ ne toto ho obi antimi roll pant obi antimi roll dross he obi kaso opeso roll dross abeka kire me Ghana ho obaba no wabu ne nsakra no. Yes, esa wo kan no kra kire wo ba no. Hey, men ne mema ni agrobio. What does that even mean? Wo be kan no kra na kire wo baba no say sister. Enye football na no mema wo classmate fo kwadi na bontene na enye no na fa asem bi akoba. Ye tio mu ne say sa de na ehye wo nantem no. Wo nko na ye wo dia. Na esesa wo twen. Na wo hye wo ho so kosi se wo be ye responsible adult aye wadwuma. Na wo we decide be ma wo be bie mama no. It is as small fianga boys na ne omubo football no. Wo ne omubo football abafie. Football ne yambo ne wo ye totom. It men ko raw dross ma be ma bia ka no kra ne kire wo ba no nte ne ho ne nase. Na Ghana for de nam kokwasa de ko run about kasem no basa. And also can home be because baba and be kwa wrong thing. And they are free baby. They are confused and they don't know what the truth is. Ghana for do saying and the Timmy crab be ya no e katoto e che e de kira wo baba. Wutimi kan ni utimi ka hwene ano esen nsa enya kase kokanufu ni totope hey spiritus na homo asori aha wuti ya oya onka wafu ya oya onka na ene toto nso wokọ eno nso entia nipa ne ho bi oh saa de na yen ankasa ye no na ma nkola no so feel say there are certain things I can't even talk about it. Oh no, abrofo mo ntisa it's very hardly say we bet say ene adi say bi a girl no nam ba bi ni akọchi na akọhye nwure ma ndi o ntimi nya ho hwe It is about time mothers start standing up for their daughters and protecting them as much as possible. Mo sorry anu makofa mo brafo ne mo cousins ne enkofo long ebusuan long throat fo bia begu mo fie. No marry nkokọ na egu fie ho nyina afi na wusu. Sika kakra bia nka obetua. Nka obenya nkofo a omo ye professionals no ma behwe obenti. Akofa kwase bia firi krom no abedi uba na ye ne pasa wase no. Ekeye die na nkwodi ne kekama na fa toto ni nya issue no adwene yade na abeto uba no so no eno ene ye ka ho asem because that can never be erased. Nipa no wase ya wie obey ya Jesus na Jesus ne kra no ade no si ye ka no kra pa say ye 1 minute na asan dane ne ho because this is an ongoing mental torture nipa no wo fa mu. There are so many women who have lost their lives needlessly because of stupid men, irresponsible men. I am punish you mu a omu nenam Ghana abonten so. They see bekom no. Yem penimfo ni bia na omu bo suit and tie omu susa no omu de omu nsa hye ma bia han mu. It's no omu ni buo ni dia ba ko pa de mo ba. And we are continuing with this same nonsense into our generation and beyond. What are we going to do to change? Again, how can it still be acceptable? Say the reason why somebody doesn't get a job is because you're single, you're bad, one wade, niba. That is bullshit. I'm sorry, but it is. And we women are the same people who have to make these changes possible. A man be Gugana George for almost so sans and phone way be so. Don't give people the punishment they deserve. And see to it to say the full rigors of the law applies. It is not about to say Ghana ye nimra. Maybe a wabruche Britain, the IB or Ghana. Each and every single one of them. Enforcement in the near seven. Because obi kodi ne wo faase na sa ban e wo so ye na danfo a wo bekọ akoyo ama na ye foolish case and there is no judgment and justice for victim no. It is always the woman's fault, always and I'm so ban fa sudia ne se bi toto na di bemanti Ghana adwuma wo kope legitimate adwuma. You see, a degree a will be, ye hear masters a will be, ye hear 5 years experience who will be, but when be a total no win ye juman. And me ankasa to me. So it is not yes. I experienced it myself. Time and I'm what taken. Koya attachment were baby. That time 2003-4 minister Ashanti regional minister. Why they were basebra na be commission project be bra be he ne ekoso wo ba be gije ma number we your friend say you see was am so ya sorry penny say elder o say deacon o say dey boy yire wo ma wanyini say me papa mfie bebre so wo be gime me kua me number wo gime number dey na uni me. These stupid things just keep happening, and some of our women enable it to happen. Sir, a friend is saying female mutilations are there. And your man did anymore. Uber cover tarigin crasibi, a serum, crabia, a canco. Some quasi adian that so cost to be seen now in the woke. A man's one a causes adian. Aya or bad dear, would the any say obey your soon for. It's the dear no cry ye do, and says I would dear with Timo Debbie. Tinuafo be baba. No, what the name you know, what to talk with the nation. Now, ban the trebano and ma on no subenating can when a wadium what dear air cost would dear one, no bet me deciding if I will be up on Amanon. No, I could try dear ne what trebano so no a man in yating cano. Just say a mad dear slaves. A man soon as so. A your baby anyone young. It is our tradition, it is the culture. It is the culture. Emma. Then this answer on phone nechi. Ubako slim baby. 57-year-old man. Oba 10-year-old girl, 12-year-old girl. Near the naman, Amaria Nafisa, near the Nakoshani dem. Mufri Sahan, this annual money in any. Emma. Near the Nakosha, your piano kosha be madam. Na kola wedi 10 years. Papa when you're 57, bula would your wash. Kofa obi ba kodino kung fu die basa. Se kola no poto egu. Enche na kola ninyim. Wanyim. 10 years wanyim. Wonu aya kola wasanyim. Ayere swa 13, 14 wanyem ya bedru baby afa nyinse ne baaye no se ho no pelvic ho no ne cervix ho no nyina 10 years dia 12 years ade ase mango ayenso enyambre ye no akotie ti akola no course wo kowo no chim ni nyina no gap na eda totono ene baako de na kire de ne mu no na ne nyina bebom na ye tokro baako nti Johnson ne tie fi nyina pie free tokro baako mu free se de ne besie fistula no doctor fo bi wo ho a Catholic doctors bi wo ho a omatu om ho asi ho a afia bia no omukosirem ho ekoye fistula surgery nka onimi womukọ first time no a womukọ ye na nka no anu no afie bia omuguso omukọ ati san kwasia practice no it is still very much alive e wo Ghana ho e de ne ye afa ho nothing and I'm telling you said the bulk of this eniema no yen ya me no mienu nua ma ya bi merewafo ya bi ne de atire. Sister Eku Amuase, that is a fact. They themselves are part of the crime. How can you punish something you yourself are guilty of? Our system is corrupt and nobody is held accountable. Most of our women have accepted their fate. That they must open to progress. I always say we women, we are our own enemies. We do anything to be acceptable and honored in a society that is nothing for us. So sad. So sad. Abuse, me, I have been subjected to. If I want ya wadi amen wadi yen na ye ma. Be me bia ni mabusia mu a. Wa be ka kire me mekuya say, and I won't worry. Not one. They are all women. Old women who couldn't mind their own freaking business. Emma. Tiasamna na minua ba no waka. Sister Jo do say more like being treated like an object. We are always the victims, yet we don't learn. Sister Mary, God bless you. What are we going to do to change? What? Because it is not enough to just talk about these things. I'm a bit quine no biako. So wouldn't mobia. obi afa, it is not right. We have to support that person to speak up. Obi timinya voice ni jina ho kase me too. Obi nso beba be ka me tre ni e kwa yanim. But obi be ka asem ni kire wa. Oh enye hwe fama nyame. Ye beba ho mpa ye da bi o sa asem enye bo ho mpa ye asem o. People who are victims of abuse of any kind, especially young manua, yame aye sex objects. As a toto no, a sum faswano no, or bana we no, or sum fasudie no no. There be when your spiritus as empacho. We are quick to holicize everything. Mummy and kafa semin to baby da. As of one so ngugu Ghana no anka. Bebre no ano. Wamu beka no kreno. Na asem na wo asempaka enwoma no mu a nko omu bedi hu djuma no omu a omu ka kire obi say don't fornicate, don't commit adultery no wonu ankasa sofo maame wo ho enso guess na omu gu asori ho warefa. So where are we going? Asem bi say wo de koto sofo animu a asem papa ben pa na nti sofo bo benya wo beka kire wo. When you asem bi aka because onu a waye bi wodi for women, it is about time we begin to stand up for ourselves, because if we don't do it, ain't nobody gonna do it for us. That's the truth. It's me see when you na drum penny fie so it is a choice that you have to make. We are totofifi na de na ye on ukokan. There is no counseling. You see, in Ghana, we don't even think mental health is a thing. And I say we were bottom. Everybody who has mental health issue, we bottom. That is how we label Nipakro. So who wants to be given a label and a name? Into Obianka. So let's not be too surprised that there will continue to be more Moisha Budon for the big system ni mwa yugusu ayeba. Se sanse mi yanso ano 5 years Ghana yentimi ntina ho. Because they say 15 ni 16 for nyina wo Facebook account. Me scrolli Facebook and kon nyema bia profile pictures bia me hu no. Ehu. What are we teaching our girl children? What? Who are brochire dia ansha dan nya big deal and dia minim system no kra beboa. But your man wa mugu fie no. Your man wa mugu fie no. What are we teaching them? Why ye drume wo wiase akoka nyame ani. Wo de wo fie so hwe nyina ma house boy, any garden boy, any gate man, any hwan. Wo mu be gate man e oba no toto nso aka ho. Just a draw do say bam bam. Because a blind cannot lead another blind man. That special topic about abuse, child sex abuse advocates, because I just can't deal with it. As somebody with first-hand experience and seeing people, baby, intimate. And come on, I can't. It is answering way. It gotta stop. As I said, Jai, nebe Jaya, Messia Frianya, Manua, Katasumu Amwasono should stop. Obi a dear no or busiem, so why ya will say, so why ya will bra, so why ya will kazi, why ya wine. You gotta speak up about it. We are mommy. Wo na wo si wo frɛ wo ho maame wo baba wo niece wo sister abɛka kyerɛ wo so wo bi ayɛ ni sei wo de anya hwee we akwaya busuasɛm nti wo de yɛbɛka ho asɛm wo de anya hwee na dwin ne tiri na ebom no nso so no nso yɛ ho deɛn. What are we doing about that one? Because as I've said several times, it is not about Toto. No. Some of you women, it's like you're missing the point. It is not Toto na obi dibino. The fact that toto ni ye me dia. Enti me necessary me wo ho kwan se me de bema kwasi ana me de bema Kwame na adi. But we dia ya force me ati afiri me nsam abra me ma no kra nim. Menti me and decide. Ene tosu me no so ne ya ka hye me tirim sa me wo ba wo nyame abɔ ma ba asasi so. Made in the perfect image and likeness of way where our was through. Ya papa ya was through. Yes, me fa so dia wa asasi so ya miensa. Be toto me endi wo ba na hwe fie. Does it even make sense? Huh? Does it make sense? But a lot of us women, hey, me na na can be chire me ntwantro. Oba de siku abeko bia ye de. But esa ware na ma me banana. Because wonu ankasa no. Sa. It is no obeka chire me. But me ti ye. Me ma me de. Ne man 9 ni nyina. Obi aya na dwuma. Na wo no awasa ase de twadwi mu so no nya mfie du na ne ma me awu. Enti suade. Ko school pe unsa no adwuma. Wankasa gina wo nan so de ma wankasa wo ho. It's why I'm standing here today. I mean kwan. Yes, anka me ma me nso ye saafo ni bi anka saa nsem hunu no ano no nso beka kire me. Ama me nso mato asa nsem fon no aso. It has to stop somewhere. The buck has to stop somewhere. Abuse, rape, we women have to stand up and fight for justice for those things. Because a broya chiha ma betne. A maybe almost sacrifice wo mumrenti na me. Se be maybe family krom hania this will come. Ya betchina too. Otimi pie efri mu fia want me nya adwuma bia asasi so da Ghana Dr. Timisha ho ya ne fa wose ma menya exam ya wuye wa utimi hu se ba bia do nse coffee fe ni ne wuye bebre no hu ya. Some men just feel that it is right. So I didn't sabe kwakoshe obi yiri totom just to make you feel less of yourself. Ekuro wa yati. Ukoye obi exam. This will be sujina hobi. You don't leave man alone with patients in hospital bedroom anymore. Nti wuntimi nkososo obi yiri mu ema fifi obi baba bia. This nonsense really seriously has to stop because we women have to understand and know who we are and what we are worth as human beings. It is true say women are now breast so send me started story ni be see things have improved but there is still more room for even better improvement. A man who mudimu amugu Ghana hon penninfo ne nkwala nyina. We have to arise and speak up and do something about this issue. And yes sir, me see Moisha nom any some may or muyi or muyi or mahu nyina kra ka hu. It is going to be the tip of the iceberg. E ba ni nyina ya to ye no aguso ni aka ni embarrassing wo mu. But there's a deeper issue. Now saying small girl being in social media so why niti blonde. I don't know who she is. My serious will be fan the number crama means will be anywhere. So far no waiting me contacting me. Clearly no sa sister no. She's not well. Very, very clearly. When you're well. Now me name the story no. Me name dia eto sa sister no. But to be konu osu. Na no dia me hwe yo si obi a oye ne yonko brebo e na nipa ne si on person ne oba associate ne ho with her because obi hu so de ne ho abo no a wonnya adwuma because o si so ane nkofo kununum kwade daaye ne ade but edie ne koso no it went on between two parties. Why is this girl the only one suffering the indignity and the pain and the disrespect about this issue? Papa penimu no a wamu ne ho a ode ne kwoteta ntan ne kwahye a oba ne totomu no wo no wen ade na onu de yembo ne din empapafo no omo wo yire no no omo ambu omo ho ambu omo vows ambu omo aware no omo kofa sa sister ya say ati afasui wo mo wen. What is being done to them? Oh, she's my mate, and she was my friend, and she was my this, she was my that. But all of us are just there to watch her and see her cry and the drama and everything. That is all. Sister Yabenye. Emamraso. Katasumu amwaso kanwanu tumu na ye. Momi amane nso hwa. Ni amano mano a womo fa bremu ni amane mu no. Yen support womu. Let us start to speak up about these things. Because nonsense now is too much. Say yenka na se ebe koso eno ani se nchire na me nkohwe bie. Ukohwe wi anu astroli no wakọ ukọ. And each one of us say and fire ho dia and be prepared. Atu obi ba na se wanye ho hwe a wanhwe wo ho ya wo so ba ye beri ni bi. The only thing that has made change that me mekuya me tikura me timu me enjoy is somebody else's sacrifice. That's yenye Ghana for, and we are not prepared to do that. Akotena brochire uji kweku uji we u benefit ha u de uba ko school free. Doesn't it make sense to you that somebody sacrificed something to enable such a system to be present for you? Wow, one fa hwiantum to come and enjoy. It was ukrom hode na wo ya fa ho. San kabom niama na esese ye communal saade no. We don't have that. Your crime it is we say street bi so aye fia. E wom say ye tua council kase wo mo meye. But ye hu vigilante. It is say ye hu so obi a won free ha. Ba bedin samfun bi wa ha. It is our responsibility first to make sure our street is clean and safe. Send your bay a man antiko school on be kwa ba sumdwe mu. But Ghana de family dey say nya me ba intimidate. Who are you any? And ye do obi baba ne emfa ho because enya oba. But akodi obi baba ma house boy. Ama net ofie. Akofa taxi driver bi a wonim no so one na emfa wo manko school. God help you. If that attitude of selflessness, yen nyina yen kan ye humbom, we su ye bi na we su de bia so yen nyina ye yes ade no a, ye start suasua sa niema no a. Ye be yi sansemfo nyina afiri ho. Emam le wafo no mo madwen bom no mo soso female mutilation is anko asem nyina ho. When they all die off and they are gone, that nonsense will stop. But some of us women, we are so crazy. Me kurasi ye mi bi. Ya yi metwa ba no so afiri ho. Enti akola we mi na me nya no 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 benya feelings. There be e betwa ne de bi. It's why that bullshit is still going on. Ade na ye de ye wo na anya wo de. Otwa ba no aye kwa akotwa ne ma wo blidi ya anka nyame nko anka wo ye wu. Wonim se nye. Speak up about it. It happened to me. This is how it happened. Tell ye be ya ye mu bi ye be hunu kwan ya ye be fa so a ye masa ade no ento ye ye be yi kura free ho. But when mo awa no won so wo baba wo we ye mba wo de ne be kose anya ni bi. Aya, it is right. It is our culture. It is our cultural right. Kwasi asem. Wo nyame a wo boy yen wo boy me mekua. Wo hwe ye nanko hu se me toto no ade na ehye ho no sa cup na esiso na hu hia nko amfentu ya ho. There's a reason why is there. Why? Nyaw na onim nyansa se nyame. These are some of the conversations we need to start having with ourselves. That is the real conversation we need to start having with ourselves. A man or money social media for a ya dear to say, sebi not dream shed then if you know. Why? And when you go to the grassroots of it, ne papa bi, ne wofa bi, ne cousin bi, ne brother bi, woyoy. It's atia faso. That is why it is happening. Change is possible. But yeah, man. Ye be forefront leaders for such change, you know. A mama kumienu miensa bi wo hodi aminim se bibi sa be hyaase ne yetimi ahyaase ne apekwan a ye de be fa so ade asam 2 or 3 or 4 5 women bi a me omo wo fidie so amini omo kasa aminim se we can collaborate and do something. Who is joining? And then one say wa behwe ekuya sika kwan wadi atem vacancy hunu yasre bye bye. That is not what I'm looking for. Whilst we draw attention to the issue, how can we solve the problem? Leave the teacup for its purpose, please. Exactly, sister. Exactly. Yetimi jai emanua bomu papa nom ne wo mo brother for the ensane ebulanga hihye omumu ntotofifi na ebua for mutirim no so a we will have more decent sisters in the next 10, 15, 20 years. And then all the ones whose mind has been unscrewed, we can help find a way to screw them back so that they can start to have some self-worth and quit selling themselves on social media and to every man in trousers. Because vampires no womoye hawks na womore nkukoma no womo de omugu ho. They have no respect for themselves. So for as long as we stop protecting our girl children, they will continue to reign kofo no mano. Because womo ye moa. Womo ni sebi nwan difference bi any. They lack self-control, self-discipline. To say nwan. So you have to protect your kids from nwan, period. Let's learn to support our sisters positively. It is our girl na make no. Mo amobe her video no. Misramo. If you know this girl's name, my name Nidin. I keep seeing people cutting sections of her videos and posting it. I don't know her name, but she's gone blonde. Utie ne bro for no awako school adru achire. I am say my who bibi says work for big girls. Me I don't know. But that girl is clearly not well. She isn't. There's something seriously wrong with her. I don't know the ins and outs of it. But people like her need help. Not shame, not judgment, not nothing. Help. Sister, me pen a picture, me never send you why. Aye, me never send you. If somebody can tell me who that girl is, I'll be very, very happy. And how to contact her, I'm any bejipa. Me send the picture now, my sister Mary. And whoever else wants to help search for this girl. Nice, beautiful woman. So benya buoni ni die amane ho. Ya mam ketesia fo no so omudu Ghana no. Ebesua se adwumaden e na de sika ba fie. Na nyesa wo koton toto. Wo mu nyina ya fafa. That is why they are who they are. Timomia ya bibi betimi effective change why. I'm open to ideas. I seriously want us to do something about this issue. I don't just want to be a public speaker. Obejina ho kwine no there be menya parrot. There has to be positive change. Bibi a monumental I betimi aso makase sa sister we and na memoa ya de boa nti wagyaji me. That is change. If you can change one person's life, save one life. Why are dear pa? Nti abusia. The same way, don't keep it to yourself. Share the video. Sika educates bedin sem hunu no kre but ene de mera ho. And you've seen it in my temperament this afternoon. Very angry. Because me the rape ne abuse ne ade de. Ene me sunsum nkokora. Oh yeah ya na makoma ba. No say me tiri hu so ayese ayi. confronting on her and then the cop pepe. To mommy anya hu bibi why Miss Remo. I love you ladies so much. Mo Sister Mary, Sister Yaba. Yes, please share the video. This video is a very necessary video. SS will be a heavy. A shareman a young kuba heavy. Sister Mary, Auntie Yaba, Sister Jodo, Sister Aisha, Sister Kuamwa. Oh, am I dear? We are fine guests. Fine guests. God bless you. God bless all of you. Sister Angelina, Sister Catherine. God bless all of you. Sister Matilda, please. Let's not just listen and switch this video off and do nothing. I beg you. You cannot allow any more women to be suffering this indignity and call it okay. Because it ain't okay. And ya papa. And get the men who caused this nonsense to happen to pay the price of shame in public. Me, come post you on my page so basa. Me go munyina who fear go munyina anyone for what they do. And ya maybe sa necessary ya support you. And ya 10 years no. Not the insult, but yet the ya nan a 10 years into kwanwan ya near pe. But this is a very positive idea who support ya and kebebwa. So please, me inbox, tell me, share ideas. Nyama ye beti me aye. Some of you watching, asama me kan ye biato. I'm going to dare and say biato. Challenge you and say biato. E biato obi a wunim. E biato obi a wunim no. One pe. What are you going to do about it? Are you just going to listen to Sika Konfo? Mitiri hum pese. Laugh where it's needed and that's it. Because my become my day. And now so be boamia me di hu dwuma. Ye be ye hu bibi. Na that chiabo din say Sister Catherine made an impact. She changed the life. Yes. That is what I want to see. Ti abusuya me share mo share video no mama why? And if you are not following Sika Educate yet, please hit the follow button right now because topics be say ya near bekika. Until there is change. The queer Sika will never rest. I don't want any indignity for any other woman. To change it for the better for somebody else. God bless you all. I love you so much. Mwah, 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 mwah. Bye-bye.
Sika Educate. Yeah, what Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika Educate. Sika Educate. Yeah, Kasafa Abumde, our real Mpuntu. Sika Educate. Sika Educate. Or don't come up, Rana Yanya, who are true. Sika Educate. Sika Educate. Unyani baby, Sika Educate. Ain't like you page, you know, I am vibe. One more than go YouTube, subscribe it. Sika Educate is the name. All our man them source and they come from. Inspiration, motivation, Wapomuden, education. Wafranada, when it's here, or don't come or Ekusika deba. Wafranada, Bema, Jai, or don't come or Ekusika deba. Sika Educate, Sika Educate. Yeah, what Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika Educate, Sika Educate. Yeah, Kasafa Abumde, our real Mpuntu. Sika Educate, Sika Educate.